step by step, in an orderly fashion. When I was thinking about those words, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha or Vedav Pramanam Dharmasya, what came to my mind was when I came here 11 years ago, I think, for the first time. 11 years ago when I came here to hear, I don't want to say the name, just to hear. When I came here for the first time, I didn't know anything. I think most of us have had that experience, anybody who came here. Whatever we thought we knew was wrong, and we didn't know anything to begin with. There were very few people who took me and gave me the diligence and time to build up a foundation to get anywhere. The first person who did that for me, and I'm very much sure for almost everyone here, was Manni. When I came here for the first time, Manni took, I think, 48 hours, 2 days straight to teach me Sanskrit. I didn't know anything. And that's what she does. She is, in a sense, that foundation which all of us have had. If you have learned Shlokamala, if you have learned Shabdam Dhatu or Sanskrit, that repetition, that Anushtana, to me is what Manni represents, and I'm very much sure that's what Manni represents to all of us, that foundation from which we are building everything. And it is Janani Manni, Dhrushyaji, who's going to be speaking next. And that is our final lecture for this session, Sabari, a tribal Tapasvini. Sitaram.
Janakīkāntasmaranam Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai 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 Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Janakīkāntasmaranam Dīnabandhure 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 Rama Daya Sindhure Dīnabandhure Rama Dīnabandhure Bilathi Pale Rama Bhaktavatsale Sarvasevile Rama Dasa Premile Dīnabandhure Rama Dīnabandhure. These are the verses of our Guru Samartha Ramadas Swamigal at his last stage. This was the last kriti of him. At that time, he was remembering. This song is the Arti Prapati of Samartha Ramadas Swami. At that time, he remembered first Bilati Pale Bhakta Vatsale. So the compassion the God showered to Sabari, that he at the end of his life, he was reminding, he was doing Arti Prapatti to Ramachandra. He wants Ramachandra to take him back. At that time, he was remembering these verses. Bhilati pale bhakta vatsale sarva sevile dasa premile. That was the verse with which we start this session. This session is titled as Sabari at Tribal Tapasvini. Tribal Tapasvini is very easy to, understand. Tapas usually comes in forests to the people who are very clean slate. Tapas usually strikes to the people who are in the process of unlearning. As we, going through all these 3 sessions, when we are in the process of unlearning, slowly all our thoughts, all our prejudices are removed from us and we become a clean slate. Here, Sabari, a tribal tapasvini, how after all our thoughts being removed, if we are in forest, see, we mostly see many tapasvis in forest or mountains. Why? Because the peace outside reflects the peace inside also. It helps us grow the peace. So that is the place. That is why here we have named this as a tribal tapasvini. This is one chapter in Valmiki Ramayana, and here in this session we truly attune ourselves to Valmiki, who is the seed for this Sabari story. Many people take the Sabari as reference. Nobody has left Sabari. Whenever they talk about Ramayana, immediately the character which they remember is Sabari. Even in the villages we can see. Sabari is a very important character. But here, completely attuning to Valmiki Ramayana, we are going to see this Sabari Moksham, that is liberating Sabari. Only one chapter. Rama comes to know about Sabari through Kabanda. Kabanda says there is a place called Matangana where you can go and you can see Sabari waiting for you. The place is west side of Pampa, and there is a mountain called Rishimuka there. And beautiful things now here Kabanda is describing. There are so many trees filled with flowers. They are protected by elephant caves. All these things are description of Rishimuka mountain. And it was created by Brahma. All these things they say. And the one beautiful thing he says here is, in this mountain peaks, if a being sleeps on its heights, then he gets whatever he sees in his dreams. Like Kalpaka Vriksha, he says. So, the place, the Rishimuka mountain is in such a way that if somebody sleeps there, if he dreams, the dreams will be fulfilled. And also another thing, immediately he says, but if a sinner climbs it up and hopes to sleep soundly, the demons will capture him while he is in sleep and kill him. That is what they say about Rishimuka mountain. And the Rishimuka is filled with the sounds of baby elephants. That is what he says. This Kabanda introduces Matangana to Rama first. Now, as Kabanda introduced, they both start their journey. Tau kabandhena tammargam pampaya darshitam vane pratastutar disham grihya pratichim rivaratmajau tau shaileshvachitanekan kshaudra kalpa palandruman vikshantau jagmatur drashtum sugrivam rama lakshmanau कृत्वा च शैलपृष्ठे तु तौ वासं रामलक्ष्मणौ पम्पायाः पश्चिमं तीरं राघवौ पतस्ततुः. As Kabanda guided, now Rama reached the western side of Pampa. Tau pushkarinya pampayaha tiramasadhya paschimam apashyatam tatastatra shabaryaramyamasramam tau tamasramamasadhya drumaihi bahubiravritam suram yam abhivikshantou shabarim abhyupeyatuhu. Now Rama and Lakshmana travel on the path to Pampa as directed by Kabanda. The path is covered with the thickest trees on the mountains with sweet fruits, and they slightly go near the moorland which is in the west of Pampa as told by Kabanda, and there they spot ashrama of Sabari. The region is filled with two very thick trees, so they relish the picturesque region filled with many trees and crossing those trees. As we see in Ayodhya Ganda, we see Rama crosses some through the chariot, then some ஒரு கட்டா தாண்டினார் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா, அது மாதிரி பிஃபோர் சபரி ஆஷ்ரமா there are so much of trees, many trees, thick trees filled with region, and after that they reach the place where Sabari is dwelling. Tau cha drishtva tata siddha samuttaya kritanjalihi ramasya padau jagraha lakshmanasya cha dhimataha padyamachamaniyam cha sarvam pradhatyata vidhi. On seeing them, immediately Valmiki says, tada siddha samuttaya kritanjalihi, the mystic Sabari, the tapasvini Sabari, clasps her hand, getting up imperatively and touches the feet of Rama and Lakshmana. She gives them water, she makes them comfortable. They were very happy to see Sabari here in this ashrama. Tamuvacha tato Ramaha Shamanim Samshitavratam. Now Rama starts to speak with Sabari, who is in her Dharma. Now what he speaks? Kachitte nirjita vignaha kachitte vardhate tapaha kachitte niyatakrodha aharascha tapodhane kachitte niyamah praptaha kachitte manasasukam kachitte guru susrushaga sapala charubhashini. He directly addresses Sabari as Charubhashini. O sweet speaker, have you conquered your hindrances? Does your austerity keep growing? Have you restrained your wrath? And have you controlled your food? Are you observing self-discipline? How about your inner space, inner peace? Is your service to your gurus fructified? The translation I read, this is beautiful place where we have to explain. Charubhashini. Charubhashini means what? The Sabari is very old woman doing her tapas. Her voice is almost like a granny. Now Valmiki through Rama through Valmiki explains us, Rama calls her as Charubhashini. What is Charubhashini? Oh, sweet speaker. How can she be sweet? Because she is already 80. She is more than that. She is very old. The age is not mentioned, but she is very old. So, if she is old, how can she speak sweet? Yes, she can. See, there is one granny in my house. She used to call me. She used to inquire about my well-being. I feel, wow, how sweet she is. The bhava, the vatsalya bhava she explains. Vatsalya Bhava, she showers. Made me call her Charubhashini. Same with Rama. The Vatsalya Bhava, Sabari is showering towards Rama. So, Rama calls her Charubhashini. One. The second way we can interpret is Charubhashini is not because of the swara the Sabari uses, it is because of the content. The content is very beautiful. So she calls Charubhashini. We need to, the content should be very beautiful. Here, her content is beautiful. So, Rama calls her Charubhashini. Also, one more thing. Charubhashini, the sweet speaker, what is she going to speak? What is the content? Is, here she says, Tamuvacha tato Ramaha Shramanim Samshita Vratam, and he is questioning. What he is questioning? How have you conquered all your hindrances? Hindrances means what? When you start meditating, when you sit on meditating, when you sit for it, then there will be a call on your mobile. Somebody is coming, rushing to see you now only. Then there is somebody speaking there. The content is unknown to us, but something is going on. We cannot sit here just closing our eyes and chanting Nama. We have to contribute. Something is going on there. We have to know what is that. We should know what is that. Something, there is a group. They are speaking something. I should know what they are speaking. What is the content of that? I don't want to close my eyes and sit here. That is very important. Here, these are all the hindrances when you close your eyes. So he says, Nirjita Vignaha. Have you conquered your hindrances? Then again he says, Kachite Vardate Tapaha. Once you conquer your hindrance, then your tapas slowly starts to grow. It will slowly start growing. Then, Kachite Niyata Krodaha. The hindrances, if the tapas starts growing on us, then we will not consider anything as a hindrance. Nothing can hit us. So if your tapas is growing, still you are angry, it says your tapas is not growing. If somebody says he is not in tapas, whoever touches you, whoever calls you, whoever, whatever disturbances you get, you should not be disturbed. Kachite niyata krodaha. So the anger and the control. Then aharascha tapodane. This food we eat is very important when you go for a tapas. When you want to be in silence, the food also should be sattvic. In Gita, Krishna is speaking about the different types of food. When you eat sattvic food, what will happen? When we eat rajasic food, what will happen? When you eat tamasic food, what will happen? When you eat tamasic food, you will always sleep. When you eat rajasic food, you will always be in anger. And when you eat sattvic food, you will be in peace. So, when you wanted to maintain your inner peace, you always take sattvic foods. Aharascha tapodane. Then, Kachite niyamah praptaha, kachite manasasukam. Niyamaha praptaha. What are niyamas? What are niyamas is the purity, tapas, Ishvara pranidhanam, swadhyayam, all are niyamas as prescribed by Patanjali. So, have you all your niyamas? You have attained all your niyamas. That is what? You are observing your self-discipline. Then, kachite manasasukam. Then, how about your inner peace? When you observe all these things, the inner peace starts growing automatically. Kachite guru susrusha sapala charubhashini. Then your service to your gurus. Has it got fructified? All these are the questions Rama is asking. And the apt apt adjective to Sabari, Charubhashini, because she's going to answer now. Ramena tapasi prishta sa siddha, siddha sammata. 3 words he is using continuously. Tapasi, siddha, siddha sammata. With all this background, Sabari starts speaking. Shashamsa Sabari vriddha, Ramaya pratyupastita. Now she starts speaking. Adhya prapta tapasiddhihi tava sandarshanan maya adhya me sapalam taptam guravascha supujitaha adhya me sapalam janma swargaschaiva bhavishyati tvayi deva vare Rama pujite purusharshaba. The mystic Sabari replies, Sa Siddha Siddha Sammata. What he replies is, which describes her as Charubhashini. Adhya prapta tapasiddhihi. When will the tapas be fructified? When will the tapas be fructified is, just she here says, Adhya prapta tapasiddhihi, my tapas got fructified now, my austerity and my birth have been fructified now. How? Tava sandarshanan maya. Tava darshanan maya means just only seeing. Here he says, sandarshanan maya. Sandarshanam. Sandarshanam is what is very important here. The important word here is sandarshanam. Sandarshanam, our Vedanta students will be knowing. Actually, Bhagavad Padal uses this sandarshanam word at many places because it is repeatedly used in Upanishads. So, sandarshanam is just not seeing, but understanding as it is. Here he says, sandarshana is understanding as it is. Sabari understands Rama as it is. So she replies, Adhya prapta tapasiddhihi. Tapas means her sadhanas. Tapasantape. For what she was struggling for the years. That tapas, because of her struggle, because of her santapa, got fructified. This is the first meaning. Tapas siddhihi tavasandarshanan maya. Tapas in the first line. Again, second line, she is using again. Adhyame sapalam taptam guravascha supujitaha. Tapas means tapasantape. Another one is tapa aishwarye. Here, tapas means she brings all her senses to her control. So, tapa aishwarye. So, when you bring all your senses into your control and you understand Rama as it is, then what will happen? Tvayi deva vare Rama pujite purusharshaba. With this I could find you as Deva Perumal standing in front of me. Tvayi deva vare Rama pujite purusharshaba. The bhava is important. As Sri Anna says, bhava rasameva bhakshya visesham. Bhava is only very important in pujas. It no matters what you submit to your Lord, but your bhava is important. So here, with that bhava, Sabari is able to make a sandarshanam of Rama, and she offers, and she says, my gurus are honored. I'm going to get heavens by offering the homage to you, the Godhead, to you, the Deva Perumal. That is what he says. So, with this, the answer she gives makes her Charubhashini. Chakshusha tava saumyena putasmi raghunandana gamishyami akshayan lokan tvat prasadhadarindama. I have become pure only through your benevolent glance. With your blessings, now I am going to go to the eternal worlds. That is what Sabari says. And she starts her story here. Chitrakutam tvayi prapte vimanaihi atula prabaihi itaste dhivamarude yanaham paryacharisham taischaham uktva dharmagnehi mahabagaihi maharshibihi agavishyati te ramaha supunyam imamasramam sate pratigrihitavyaha saumitri sagitotitihi tam cha drishtva varan lokan akshayam stvam gamishyasi. When you were at Chitrakuta, my gurus from here ascended to heaven in the celestial aircrafts of unequaled effulgence. They said to me, you stay here back, my dear Sabari. Rama will come to our ashrama with Lakshmana, and that divine guests should be cordially welcomed by you. So we are leaving you here. Because once the Guru started, Sabari had no clue. She wants to go with her Guru. But the Guru here made such a great anugraha, because once the Gurus are there, Rama, even when he comes, he will meet Gurus and make his way. Now the Gurus has made such a anugraham for the Sabari that she has to get the sandarshanam. So here the Gurus told that we are all going, you don't worry, we will always be here only with you. But you should cordially welcome our guests, Rama and Lakshmana, our divine guests. And on you are seeing him, immediately you will get the eternal worlds. Thus I was told by my Gurus, and so I am waiting here. That is what Sabari is replying. Maya tu vividam vanyam sanchitam purusharshaba tavarte purushavyagra pampaya stira sambhavam. So you have to cordially receive our divine guests, was the order given by the Gurus. Now every day she doesn't know when Rama is going to come. Rama came to Chitrakutam and now 10 months has rolled. Now every day for these 10 months she was waiting for those divine guests, and what she was doing is every day she goes to Pampa. She plucks the fruits and keeps it and waits for Rama there. Oh, the bull among the men, I have collected various forest fruits that ripen on the moorlands of Pampa, and I have brought it for your sake. There are so many fruits. Are you eating fruits? No. Sabari doesn't take fruits. She lives on dried leaves only. So these were the fruits every day. This is the routine for her. The Guru has granted this routine. Every day you take some upahara for the lords who are going to come here. You wait for them with the chintana of those Rama and Lakshmana. So this was her everyday routine, which was fixed by their Gurus. Eva mukta sadarmatma shabarya shabarimidam ragavaha praha vijnane tam nityam abahishkritam. Now, the translation I read, Rama says to Sabari, who is not ignorant of esoteric knowledge. That is what is given in the translation. When you go here, this is a beautiful expression which Valmiki says here. Vijnane abahishkritam. Vijnane abahishkritam means what? Is Atmajnanathal veliyil thallapadaadaval. The exact translation in Tamil which my Guru gave. So I read because I couldn't explain. Atmajnanathal veliyil thallapadaadaval. What a word Valmiki says. This is a very apurva, this is a very unusual expression about Atmajnana. Veliyil thallapadaadaval means what? Because she always in the state of Atmajnana. That is very beautiful. the Adhara Swaram will be always there. Even if you have all these Sapta Swaras, there will be an Adhara Swaram always, no? In such a way, whatever activities we do, whatever we daily wake up, walk here, go there, chant, talk, bath, whatever activities we do, the Adhara Shruti, that Atma Swarupam, that will be the base, that will be the base Shruti, and the person, whatever he does, will always rejoice in the base Shruti, that is that Atma Jnanam, and that is called Swatma Jnanam or Swanubhuti, as explained by Ramana Maharishi. So, whatever thoughts come to us, no thought can disturb the inner peace, the Adhara Shruti, that Atma Shruti, the person who rejoices in that Atma Shruti is called Atma Jnani, that is the person who is always in Parokshanubhavam is Atma Jnani. That is what here he says. There are three words here continuously. Vijnane tam nityam abhishkritam. Beautiful words here. These three words, always she'll be in that state. That is what is described for Sabari here. Dano sakashat tatvena prabhavam te mahatmanaha shrutam pratyakshamichami sandrashtum yadi manyase. So Rama, Valmiki gives an adjective for Sabari in this way, and again Rama starts to speak. I have heard about yourself and the greatness of your Guru from Kabanda. So if you feel like showing to me, I wish to clearly see it. That is what Rama says to Sabari. Now, after this, Sabari starts explaining. Ye tattu vachanam shrutva Rama bhaktrad vinishratam Sabari darshayamasa tavubhau tadvanam mahate Pashyame gagana prakyam mrigapakshi samakulam matangavanam ityeva vishrutam raghunandana ihate bhavitatmanaha Guravo me mahadyute juhavan chakrire tirtam mantravan mantrapujitam iyam pratyakstali vedhir yatra te me guru susatkritaha pushpopaharam kurvanti shramadud vepi bhikharaihi tesham tapaprabhavena pashyadhyapi ragudvaha dhyotayanti dishas sarvaha shriya vedhyatulaprabhaha ashaknuvadbihi tairghantum upavasasramalasaihi chintitebhyagatan pashya sagitan saptasagaran kritabhishekaihi tainystaha valkala padapeshviha adhyapinavashak navasushyanti pradeshe raghunandana devakaryani kurbadbihi yani mani kritani vai pushpai kuvalayai sardham mlanatvam nopayanti vai kritsnam manamidam drashtam shrotavyam cha shrutam maya tadicham yabhyanugyatha kyaktume tatkalevaram tesham ichhamyaham gantum samipam bhavitatmanam muninam ashramo yesham aham cha paricharini dharmishtam tuvacha shrutva ragavas saha lakshmanaha praharshямatulam lebhe ascharyamiti tattvataha. Hearing those words of Rama, Sabari shows the Matangana to Rama, those woodlands to Rama. He says, O Rama, behold this woodland resembling a cramped cloud that would be ever ready to yield much cherished cloudbursts. This is always rich in animals and birds that are ever ready to enjoy the seasonal rains. And this place is called Matangana. In the last sarga also, Matangavana, when Kabanda describes, he says, the peace of Matangavana can never be disturbed even by elephants. That is what he says. Behold this region where those self-meditating souls, my gurus, used to offer their oblations in the ritual fire, reciting the Vedic hymns. He shows, the Sabari shows that Pratyakstali, Iyam Pratyakstali Vedhi, the altar of the fire was raised at the western end, and here those great rishis who are revered by me offered flowers in their worship. Then what they did, by their you know what is the importance of our gurus? I now will tell you. By their efficacy of their austerity, you know, these altars of the fires are still ablaze. Still the fire is there in the altar with incomparable splendor. That is what she explains. And my gurus, you know, they were not able to go till sea for taking bath, because every day they are very tired with their dieting and straining. So they were not able to go till seas. And what they did is, out of their will, as they were not able to go, they brought 7 seas to this place. See this place, this Pampa Saras. See, they have bought all these 7 seas inside this Saras. And they use the 3 barks, they use jute cloths spread by them for the worship are still there. The fruits they plucked and kept for the worship is still ripe. The fruits are not spoiled yet. The flowers which they plucked and kept here are still alive. They are very fresh and colorful. Still fresh and still colorful. Then what he says? After showing all these things, Sabari says to Rama, you have seen what is to be seen, and you have heard what is to be heard. What should be heard? Please permit me. I am taking leave of you. I want to shed my body here. Then what will you do? She's seeing Rama in front of her. Why should she leave her life? Because she wants to go to the gurus. Because they are the one who showed Rama to Sabari. So, she doesn't want to stay here. She wants to be with her gurus always. So, she says, I shall reach my gurus whom I served and who stay in the eternal worlds. I again want to go there and serve my gurus. I want to be in their worlds. After hearing all these words, Rama, you know, rejoices all these with Lakshmanas. Ascharyamiti chabravit. Amazing. Amazing devotion. That is what he says. Tamuvacha tato Ramaha Shramanim Samshitavratam Architoham Tvaya Bhaktya Gachakamayatha Sukham Ityuktva Jatila Vriddha Chira Krishna Jinambara Tasmin Muhurte Sabari Deham Jirnam Jihasati. Tamuvacha tato Ramaha Shramanim Samshitavratam, with all her words, with all her woes, with all her austerity. That Tapasvini Sabari, Rama speaks to that Tapasvini Sabari in such a way, Architoham Tvaya Bhaktya Gachakamam Yata Sukam. Normally, people would say, Rama, I have done this one. You are the God. You have to accept this one. I have done everything. All these things they will say. Rama just smiles. He doesn't give a word. Here in Sabari's case, he gives the word. Architoham Tvaya Bhaktya. I am worshipped by you through your devotion. Now, you can go. I am giving permission. You can go to your place. Gachakamam yata sukam. May you go to your cherished worlds where you can be in peace with your gurus. That is what he says. Then, this is the place. This is very rare expression. Rama never accepts. Here he says, I accept. I am worshipped by your devotion. I accept. You can now take a leave of me and go to the worlds where your gurus stay. After getting the permission from Rama, she takes Sabari moksha sakshi bhuta. Moksha dayaka was not said. Even Vedanta Deshika uses this word. Sabari moksha sakshi bhuta. So he was just a sakshi for Sabari moksha. She took upon herself that old with the matted hair and tree barks. She wants to give up her depleted body at this moment. What she does, I here stick completely 100% to Valmiki. Anugnata turamena hutvatmanam hutashane jwalat pavaka sankasha swargameva jagamasa divyabharana samyukta divyamalyanulepana divyambaradara tatra babhuva priyadarshana virajayantim tam desham vidyut saudhaminiyata yatra te sukrutatmanaha viharanti maharshayah tatpunyam sabaristanam jagama atma samadhina. Anugnata turamena hutvatmanam hutashane, getting the consent from Rama. Then, like a flaring fire, she ascends to heavens alone. Swargameva jagamasa. It was like Jwalat Bhavaka Sankasa, dazzling like a fire. She just ascends. Then, Divyambaradara tatra babhuva priyadarshana. Divyambaradara tatra babhuva priyadarshana. After that, the Agni completely burnt her and she took a new form with Divyambaradara tatra, divine cloths, divine ornaments, and Priyadarshana. She was very sweet. Virajayanti tam desham vidyut saudhaminiyata. That Saudhamini mountain, she reaches that like a lightning there. Because of her ascending to the heavens, the Akasha, the entire Akasha was, lightning. It was shining like anything. The entire Akasha was shining like anything. With that, she went where she went. Tatpunyam sabaristanam jagama atma samadhina. That place she went. To which place? To which place? She went to Vaikuntham. She went to Shivalokam, Kaivalyam. Here she says, Yatra te sukrutatmanaha viharanti maharshayaha. To the place, she ascends to that place where her gurus of virtuous deeds sport with the self. Viharanti maharshayaha. The place where they sport with self. Beautiful expression. Through which she went to that place? She goes there through her restful alertness of self. Jagama Atma Samadhina. What is Atma Samadhi? What was Atma Samadhi? We, all the thoughts have been removed. We rejoice in the Atma and we become one in it. We get a laya with our Atma. Is Atma Samadhi. There is no even a single thought left out in us. All our thoughts have gone. And that state we become one with our Atma. And that is called Atma Samadhi. So that is the state where Sabari went. Jagama Atma Samadhina Divam Tudasyam Yataya Shabarya Svena Tejasa Lakshmanena Sahabratra Chintayamasa Ragavaha Sachintayitva Dharmatma Prabhavam Tam Mahatmanam Hitakarina Mekagram Lakshmanam Raghavo Bravit. After being Sakshi of Sabari moksha, that place was vibrating. The vibrations were there on. Rama could not come back from those vibrations. He was standing still. Those thoughts, those memories, the place where he saw that mystic Sabari was still. He was on those vibrations. The whole entire region was in those vibrations. That is, when you see, when you are in the presence of a guru or Lord, the place will be still. The time goes very slowly. We could never do anything. Just rejoice in our inner peace. That was the state of not Sabari but Rama here. While Sabari ascends to heaven through her self-resplendence, Rama thinks on the grandeur of the disciples of the Matanga Maharishi there. And here he says to Lakshmana, Lakshmana was not able to do anything. He was just listening. Lakshmana has nothing more than Rama. So, Hitakarinamekagram Lakshmanam Raghavo Bravit. Only one thing Lakshmana knows in his life is service to Rama. So, with that, Rama அப்படியே திக்குமுக்காடி நிற்கிறார். அந்த லயத்தில் அப்படியே ராமரை பார்த்துட்டு நிற்கிறார் லக்ஷ்மணர். ஹிதகாரிணமேகாக்ரம் லக்ஷ்மணம் ராகவோ பிரவீத் திருஷ்டோ யமாஸ்ரமஹ சௌமிய பஹவாஸ்சர்ய கிருதாத்மனாம் விஸ்வஸ்தம் மிருகஷார்தூலஹ நானா விஹகசேவிதஹ சப்தானாம் ச சமுத்ராணாம் ஏஷ தீர்த்தேஷு லக்ஷ்மணா உபஸ்பிருஷ்டம் ச விதிவத் பிதரஸ்சாபி தர்ப்பிதாஹ. By seeing that, we have seen a highly astounding ashrama of self-restrained rishis over here, filled with stags and tigers all over, which takes this Matangana to be their home, which is adored by diverse birds here and there. Now Rama says to Lakshmana, let us take a holy dip in this pampa and perform tarpana to our Appa Dasharatha and the Appa like Jatayu. Both. He makes his dip over here. He says to Lakshmana that this water is very holy because it is being formed by 7 seas. The 7 seas are being brought here by tapas of Matanga. So, holy is our oblation of these waters to mains. That is what he says. And now, pranashtamashubham tattat kalyanam samupasthitam mano lakshmana samprati hristam me mano lakshmana samprati. My heart is filled. My heart is very glad here. Hridaye hinaravyaagra shubham avirbhavishyati. So our misery is going to be over. We shall quickly be embraced by auspiciousness. My heart is very glad in this place, says Rama. So, Sabari is a one person. Whichever literature speaks about Rama Katha will definitely speak about Sabari. You take Tyagaraja. Tyagaraja speaks about Sabari. He also speaks about Sabari. Then when you take Kannada literature, there also Sabari is there. Nobody will miss the Sabari story. Sabari, amidst she is being a lady, being a tribal, her devotion was accepted by the Lord. And she made Lord to stand still at the place. Such was the devotion of Sabari. Rama Rama Ram Sita Rama Rama Ram 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 Sabari என்ற வேடுவ பெண் தனியே காட்டிலே சஞ்சரித்தாள் விவேகமற்று வேட்டையாடியே மதங்க முனியை சரண் புகுந்து தொண்டு மாற்றியே குருவின் அருளால் கண்டு கொண்டாள் ராமநாமத்தையே ராம ராம ராம் சீதா ராம ராம ராம் ராம ராம ராம் சீதா ராம ராம ராம் ராமநாமத்தை ஜபித்து ராமச்சந்திரனையும் எதிர்பார்த்தே குறுகுடலில் காலங்கழித்தாளாம் ராமனும் சீதையை தேடி வருகையில் சபரியை நாடி சபரி வீடு எங்கே என்று கேட்டு வந்தாராம் ராம ராம ராம் சீதா ராம ராம ராம் ராம ராம ராம் சீதா ராம ராம ராம் அரங்க நண்பனை கண்டு மகிழ்ந்த வேடுவ பெண்ணும் குருவின் அருளால் கனிமொழி கொண்டு வரவேற்று கனிகளை அளித்தே அரங்க நண்பனை கண்டு மகிழ்ந்த வேடுவ பெண்ணும் கனிமொழி கொண்டு வரவேற்று கனிகளை அளித்தே சிந்தை அதனை திருநாமத்தில் சதா செலுத்தியே சிந்தை அதனை திருநாமத்தில் சதா செலுத்தியே சிந்தை அதனை திருநாமத்தில் சதா செலுத்தியே குருவின் அருட்திருவடியில் ஓய்ந்து விட்டனலாம் குருவின் அருட்திருவடியில் ஓய்ந்து விட்டனலாம் ஜானகி காந்த ஸ்மரணம் சத்குருநாத் மகாராஜ் கி
Sitaram, I think there's something to be said for a simple experience. You know, all of us, we've listened to a lot of things over the last 2 days, with a lot of logic, a lot of reasoning. For me, this was just a simple experience, and I think it really gave what it was supposed to give. And with that being said, I hope that everyone here has seen what they have to see and heard what they have to hear, and that everyone is alert and restful for lunch, which is next. I know most of us would have forgotten this. I forgot it too. But we have lunch. That doesn't mean you guys can go. We have one more session. We have more sessions at 1:30 with, like Anna said, the perspectives of saints when it comes to Ramayana from different communities. I entreat everyone to come back for those. There'll be much more of this. With that being said, everyone can leave for lunch with one last thing. Just sit for one more second. Kishkinda Kanda drama boys. You have to stay here. No lunch for you guys right now. Sitaram. Gayatri ji sona.